Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
As we said previously, people keep stopping us.
Some people just tell us that
They'll
they
write to us.
They will.
They'll get in touch.
They'll just say, "Oh, do you remember that bit?
Do you remember that bit?
When you were talking about this, that, and the other?"
And we're like, no.
And I'm thinking, no, I'm sorry.
We do.
I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Some stand out.
When was it?
Some stand out, and they'll say, you were talking about such and such.
Yeah, vaguely. But you know what? Then we go back through our record. We find these gold nuggets.
Yes.
We've
had a little listen. Just to be fair, another one.
Check this out
from the vault.
I'll tell you what, I'll start, shall I?
Go on then.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
Come on.
Smooth as silk.
Come on.
Smooth as silk.
Nobody would know. Oh, dear. Do you know, I was listening to the radio the other day. I know. And
hang on a minute.
Not us.
Not us.
No.
No.
Because we're live, it's hard to listen to.
Which station do you listen to?
Well, I was flicking through, I was driving and I was flicking through the things and I ended up on Radio 4.
Oh, okay.
Now, I have to say, I do like it when people are just talking.
Yep.
Which is probably why I enjoy doing this so much. I mean, I can't believe that people still indulge us and allow us to do this.
I know.
But I love talkie
Bless
radio.
them.
And so I like Radio 5 Live for that very reason.
Yep.
It was a sports thing.
Yep.
Couldn't be bothered. Went on to FM, which we'll be doing the same at some point in the future. Was
very
flicking through the
shortly.
channels. Yeah, flicking through the channels and ended up on Radio 4. I just caught a fascinating conversation, which kind of turned me back to the beauty of Islam. Just the absolute joy and beauty of Islam and the perfection of this incredible religion.
Yep.
This lady.
There are so many things that happen in our lives to remind us.
Yes, absolutely.
How amazing this is.
Constantly.
Yeah. And this is one.
And this was one of them.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was a really interesting conversation because it was this lady, I didn't catch a surname, it's Jodie something or other.
Okay.
She's now an author, and she's done really well writing and selling books. But it all started when she was suffering with mental health.
Okay.
She was finding life a real challenge, really difficult. And at one of her lowest ebbs, she was kind of reaching out to people who were like her.
Yeah.
So she set up a really small website. And on the website, she just said, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling under the weather, if life is kicking you, and you want to maybe converse with somebody just like you, or you just want a little lift, send me an email, and I will send you a handwritten letter.
Okay.
And she thought she might get one response, and it was just as much as anything to give her a little bit of a focus. You know what I mean? And just to get in touch with other people and maybe help other people.
Yeah.
Send me an email. I'll send you a handwritten letter.
Yep.
Overnight, 200 responses.
Whoa.
200 responses. So she started writing letters, and she wrote 200 letters.
Fantastic.
And before she knew it, 12,000.
Ooh.
So this is all she does. And then she wrote a book about it, and then she wrote a book publishing some of the letters that she'd written. And she's experiencing, great success from it.
Absolutely.
But very much based on, I just like helping people. I just like getting in touch.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what she ought to do.
Go on.
Put herself out on YouTube.
Well, in all seriousness, which I'm sure she probably does as well.
Yeah.
But the striking thing was, because she could have just said, send me an email and I'll email you back.
Yeah.
And she might not have got as much response.
Yeah.
It was the profound bit for me was, this desire for human contact.
Yeah.
This desire for communication.
Yeah.
But the manner in which she offered to give it was so personal.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of a personal communication.
Yeah.
Because there is a joy. I mean, I still enjoy getting mail, even though most of it comes in brown envelopes, and when I open it, I scream. Do you know what I mean?
hate the sound of the mail.
Right, but I still quite, because the childlike fascination.
It comes in as a thud.
Yeah, well, yes. Oh, that's a heavy one.
Usually on a Friday, which is just in time to ruin my weekend.
Ruin the weekend. To be fair, I don't open post on a Friday.
For that
very reason.
Brown envelope.
I leave them till Monday. How many times have I turned up? We'll be meeting. We'll come in here, and I'll say, "Oh, just open my post." What do you mean open your post?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't open post on Friday.
That's right.
Because I don't want to ruin my weekend. But there's still that childlike fascination that if it is a handwritten envelope, you think, What's this? Because how often do you get a handwritten envelope?
It's not often, is it?
And inside that handwritten envelope, you get a card.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got a letter?
I know.
So she pens a letter, sends it to people, and the response that she's getting is extra because it's so personal. And so it just reinforced to me the desire for human interaction, for personal contact.
Yeah.
And, you know, what did the wonderful Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, invoke us to do? Well, first of all, pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So if you want a relationship, have a relationship with your Creator.
With Allah first, yes.
And maintain it minimum 5 times a day.
Yep.
So you are either just about to pray, praying, or you've just prayed.
Yeah.
And so how cool is that? How cool is that? But it still reinforces this desire to have communication, a relationship.
Yep.
And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also said, do you know, when you're praying, it's better to pray with somebody else.
It is, as always. Pray together.
Pray together.
Yep.
Pray in Jamaat. Get together and pray.
Be amongst like-minded people.
Other people. Have a human relationship.
Human contact. Yep.
Create
human contact.
And if you can, do it 5 times a day.
Yep.
And the best place to do that?
In a mosque.
In a mosque.
Yeah.
In a mosque. Doesn't have to be though.
No.
But in a mosque.
Yep.
So rather than say, oh, no, this is just between you and your Creator, go into a quiet room all by yourself and isolate people.
No.
What did he invoke?
Get together and do it all together.
Do it together.
Yeah.
Maintain relationships.
Appoint one person to stand at the front.
Yes.
And it can be anybody.
Yes.
Just get one person to stand at the front, lead the prayer. Yeah, but all pray together.
And then the second that person who stood at the front finishes, what are they encouraged to do? Turn around.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Don't keep the back to it. Turn around.
Turn around.
So that you have an interaction.
Yes.
A contact. Human interaction. 1430 years ago, our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, recognised the need, the desire, the requirement of human interaction that this lady is just reinforcing now.
Yeah.
And, 12,000 in a very short period of time, people just said, I would love this interaction. I don't get it enough, or whatever it might be. I want this contact with you.
So how then? I get 200 letters.
Yeah.
I can do that. I could do that myself. How do you do 12,000?
That's the thing. Well, first of all, she now has a few people helping her.
Okay.
Volunteering, just say, well, okay, then, and she makes it clear on the website, and we will. This one will send, and they send handwritten letters, and she read a few out, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's not, following the formula of, dear X, I am totally to hear about X, substitute name here. Yeah. They've all got a different story. They've all communicated in a different way, and they're writing back. And I just thought, what a beautiful thing. But it was just this reinforcing the desire and need for human interaction.
Yeah.
And Prophet Muhammad, 1400 years ago, said, "Yep, it's important that.
Wonderful.
Really important that." And you think, wow, it just gets better and better and better. Still, that's brilliant. You know what it's not?
Go on.
It's not on my list.
Oh. Why do we always do that? Are we ever going to get to that list of yours?
Oh my goodness. What is on my list?
Shall we tick one off?
I think we should tick one off.
Okay.
What is on my list is, let me just delete that one because I don't need that one. There we go, get rid of that. What is on my list is children, avoid being bitten by dogs. What? I got this. It shows a really snarling, vicious dog. It says, "Teach children how to avoid dog bites." I'm like, what? Say MPs. What? And it It reminded me of, because you know, you and I were raised in similar times. You know what I mean? Okay, you might have a couple of years on me, but not much. So I remember I always do that little dig there. You see, it sounds like I'm paying him a compliment. I'm not. I'm keeping him in his place is what I'm doing. Because he always gets to sit down when we go on Busters. I don't. Because he said you should give it up for the older. Anyway, I'm reminded of
wisdom, sir.
Wisdom is what it is. Wisdom. I'm reminded of the public information films of the 70s and 80s, which would be like, you know, walk. Don't run. You know what I mean? Be careful with sellotape or whatever it might be. You know, don't carry glass or stuff. You know what I mean? Don't polish lino. You know what I mean? All these things, and they're real. They're real. I understand. I remember I was a member of the Tufty Club.
Put a non-slip mat in your bath.
You put a non-slip mat in your bath. Baths.
Those rubber
danger of
those rubber
baths.
things with a million suckers
Yeah, absolutely.
stuck in your bath.
Absolutely. They start to reek after about a month because of all the. Oh, let's not go there. Oh, all the grime that got collected in those suckers. Oh, how do you clean them? Lick it. No. Oh.
I mean, it got so bad. Yeah, that mould grew so. I mean, it used to be able to speak 6 classical languages.
It's evolved and created.
It used to talk to me in the bath.
Oh dear. So yeah, it reminded me of all those. Now, there were some public information films that were good. I was a member of the Tufty Club.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I remember the Tufty Club, yeah.
What was Tufty?
Was it a squirrel?
It was a squirrel,
yeah.
And he taught you how to cross the road.
Cross roads, yeah.
And there was the Green Cross Code Man.
Yeah, him, yeah.
Who also taught you how to cross the road.
That's right.
The Green Cross Code Man, who also played...
I don't know.
Darth Vader.
What? You are joking.
I'm not joking.
Really?
Because he was really tall. He was Darth Vader.
No.
But I can't remember his name.
Oh, that's
his name
amazing.
But he was Cornish or Somerset or somewhere down there.
Yeah.
So on the original, and then the voice, because he's wearing a mask, and anybody can do the voice was then substitute, and it was James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect voice for Darth Vader. But in the original takes, when there's no sound over the top of it, it's just the voices, he had to do the dialogue to give the right pause.
Yep.
So, but it would be in a Cornish accent. So it'd be, you know,
Just say, "May the Force be with you."
Yes, yeah. But what would it be? May the Force be with you. I can't do it in Cornish. You know. The deaths. Tell me where you're. Tell me where you've hidden. Tell me where you've hidden them plans. You know what I mean? Oh, dear. Yes. So the Green Cross Code Man was Darth Vader.
Wow.
Incredible. All right, that's it. Where be them plans? Oh, he's not a pirate.
What, did he suddenly have one leg and a parrot? And a hook?
Shiver me X-Wings. Pieces of credits. Oh, dear. But MPs are wanting to launch a new one, and the new one is teach children how to avoid being bitten by dogs.
I mean,
what?
It's not hard, is it?
It's not hard. Do you know the easiest
children?
thing?
Don't go near dogs.
Don't go near dogs.
Right.
Oh,
that's fairly straightforward, isn't it?
That's the view of MPs who want animal behavioural experts and charities to come up with a canine childhood education plan for schools and parents.
I mean, why all of a sudden is this coming out?
I have no idea.
Is it because there's been a large a spate of dog bites or something?
Well, it says the Cross-Party Commons Environment Committee said it was shocking that children under 9 were statistically more likely than any other age group to end up in hospital after being bitten and to suffer serious, often life-changing injuries.
Wow.
Now, I'm now going to go, when I read that, and the under 9 bit, I was reminded of my childhood.
Okay.
Where?
My brother got his hand mauled by an Alsatian.
Well, I nearly got my eye taken out.
Really?
Yeah, by a dog when I was 4.
Wow.
I was 4 years old, but I'd kind of forgotten. And then I was like, oh my goodness, yes, oh my goodness. And I was staying at my grandma's. My grandma was brilliant.
Yep.
She was, I mean, she was just an angel on earth. She was brilliant. She was absolutely, I'd stay off there as often as, oh, it's fantastic. So I was staying at my grandma's, and she bought me a cart and caravan, and it was in a Perspex case. It was just the best thing ever. Do you know what I mean? And we went to her friend's house, who happened to have a dog, and the dog was only small.
Yeah.
Happened to have a dog.
Oh, they can be nasty though, can't they?
And I wanted to show her friend, my grandma's friend, this cart and caravan in a Perspex case, which was in my grandma's shopping bag. So I went into the shopping bag, and this dog went into the shopping bag at the same time. So I pushed it. I was only 4, so I pushed its head out of the way, and it went for me, and it latched on, and it got me round the eye.
Wow.
And luckily, you have bones to protect your eye. And if you feel it now, you've got a bone above and a bone below. And it got the bone above and the bone below, and then kind of pinched it together, but wouldn't let go.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so they managed to get this dog off, and blood everywhere. Oh, it's kind of all this, you know. And I vaguely, all I can remember is walking to the bus stop.
Yeah.
With my grandma holding this thing with blood pouring down my face.
Wow.
And you know when you kind of think, maybe we should have called 999?
Bus stop?
What? We got on the bus! Bus stop? And went. Because this was 1974? 1974? Got on the bus and went to A&E.
That's outrageous.
Oh, bless her, bless her.
Outrageous.
I had this massive patch on. I had a scar underneath and a scar on top, but my eyebrow kind of covers the scar on top, and the scar underneath now, luckily, I've got wrinkles.
Can you imagine if you got on a bus with a kid in that state?
I know.
Like,
what have you done to it?
Services.
What have you done to it? Well, they get on a mobile phone. This woman didn't have a phone.
Crazy.
Do you know what I mean? This back in the, she didn't have a phone. Crazy. So rather than going back, right, on the bus, off.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? You think, oh my goodness. And you can't say to the bus driver, can you phone? On what, love? Do you know what I mean? There were no mobile phones. So, yes. So, to be fair, I changed my opinion on that when I thought,
did I ever tell you about my mate Max?
Go on. With
a drill.
Yeah. Yes, you did, but you've got to tell me again.
So there was Max. He'd been given a bike.
Yep.
And this bike was a rusty bike.
Yes.
That's why it had been given to him.
Yes. Yeah.
But he thought, I'm going to do this up. So he took all the wheels and the handle. He took everything off it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And decided to sand down the frame ready for painting. And he got, you know, those little wire brushes that you get to stick in a drill.
I do. That sticks in a drill. Yes.
Sticks in a drill, and then you turn it, and it
spins round.
And takes the rust off.
Yes.
So he got one of those on his drill, plugged his drill in.
How would you describe your mate, Max?
Do you remember Neil off The Young Ones?
I do.
He was long, lanky, tall, and very long, straight hair.
Very, very, very long straight hair. Yes.
So,
did he tie it up?
No. So there was Max. De-rusting his bike frame
with a drill.
And unfortunately, his hair got caught in this wire brush. And he said it happened in a split second. And I was helpless. His hair ravelled and wrapped itself around this drill bit, and as it did, the drill got ever so close to his head. It ended up
got very close to his head.
The drill was
very quickly.
The drill was on his head. But his hair had had wrapped itself around so tightly.
So it had gone
all
the way up to his head.
And by the time he'd released the trigger, it was at his head. But his hair had wrapped around it so tightly he could no longer get the chuck key in place to remove. So he had to unplug this thing. And he didn't have a phone at the time. This was before the age of mobile phones. He didn't have a phone in his flat. So he had to get on a bus with a drill at his head. And he said, I've never felt so weird.
So you've got to picture the scene.
Picture the scene.
He's got a drill.
A man gets on a bus with a drill pointing to his head with his finger still on the trigger.
And the cord hanging down with the plug on it.
Plug trailing on behind.
And says, I'll have a 2, please.
Can I go to A&E, please? Absolutely.
But I remember, the thing was, I remember you telling me that story, and I can actually remember laughing as much as this. I cannot hear that story too many times. But the thing that made me laugh even more was when he said, and his arm kept getting tired.
Yes.
But every time he brought it down, the weight of
the drill
pulled his hand.
And it was so painful.
So he
had to swap hands. Poor Max. What a great story.
Can you imagine walking into the hospital and them saying, can I help you?
Can I help you?
Yeah, I need to go to A&E. What for? You got big
Can I ask, why have you attended hospital this morning, sir?
Which department? A&E, please. We just have to ask you a couple of questions. What appears to be
the problem?
Well, let me tell you. But can we make it quick? Because we are.
Can somebody else take the trouble?
Yeah.
To the weight of this, please.
How do you think we could remedy this? I just need to get the truck in.
Did he take the chuck key with him?
Oh, you're joking. Oh, no. Oh. So what, did he cut his hair? Or did they just unwind it?
And they kind of unravelled it.
Oh.
But he lost a fair amount of hair.
He lost a fair amount of his hair and all his dignity.
Do you know what?
And a lot of muscle mass.
The following day, he tied his hair up. Oh, good old Max. Oh, I wonder where Max is now. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear him telling that story again.
Oh,
it
my
had us
goodness!
In tears.
Oh,
like it just did again.
Like it just did again. That actually hurt. That actually physically hurt.
Shall we do some of this?
I need to lie down.
So do I, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, what do you like? Oh.